touch now.
Mr. Matt Schofield.
How you doing?
And welcome Matt to Guitar Tutorials channel.
Alright, thanks for having me.
So, I'd like to start asking you about your Italian experience. So, feelings, impressions?
Well, I love it, man. You know, I think it's 10 years I've been coming to Italy with my band now, and I mean, it's always great. Anytime they call and say, do you want to do a gig in Italy? We're like, yes, please. So, for lots of reasons, you know, the gigs are always great. There's always lots of people at them, and the food is great, and the coffee is great, and so the entire experience is great. We're always very well looked after. Everybody's very nice, and we have good times. So we have a new agent here now, actually. So looking forward to being back a lot more.
Cool. We're happy for it.
Me too. Me too.
So let's talk about your gear.
Yeah.
I saw on stage a nice SVL guitar.
Yeah, it's a fresh one.
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
So can you tell?
Yeah, that one came about because you know, most of the guitars that I have are older bodies, and then I have one ash body. They're all Strat style. You know, I have my original 61 Strat, and then the rest are SVL guitars that I use, and so they're mostly older bodies. And so I have this one ash guitar, but it's a hardtail bridge, and it has a really different, it's quite distinctive, different from the older ones. So I was talking to Simon, Simon SVL, and I was like, I wonder what an ash one with the treming would sound like. So he made one.
Perfect.
Yeah, so that was kind of it's an experiment in a way. Of course, it's going to sound good because they're all good guitars, but how it, you know, ash and alder sit in the mix kind of differently. So so this will be the third night of using that guitar and sort of breaking it in and getting used to it. And it's I mean, hey, it still sounds mostly like me. But so I'm probably the only one that notices that much difference with things. But you know, so the ash is a little different in the mid-range, and the top end is in a different spot slightly. And I would say there's a slightly more compression to it than the older. The older's more like forward like that, and then this is slightly more. But you know, I've got 2 shows on it so far, and it's not exactly my amp rig, although it's very, very close. So yeah, but it's a great guitar, so I'm happy to play it. You know, and it's not really beautiful color. Everybody thinks it's late plastic blue. I posted about it yesterday on Instagram, but it's actually an old Porsche color.
Porsche.
Yeah, that Simon found. He has a little. She's a little baby girl. She's probably only coming up to 1 year old at the moment, so it matches her eyes. So yeah, it's kind of a sweet story,
cool.
You know?
Yeah. Can't wait to hear the voice.
Yeah, man.
Of this guitar. And about to rock amp, the pedals. Can you explain how you get your tone?
Well, I get my tone by how I play. Is the basic explanation. So
yeah.
So just to qualify that, there's too much focus on gear these days, and everybody thinks you can buy tone. And what you're actually hearing when somebody has a good tone is somebody who plays well. It's just as simple as that.
Yeah, you're right, totally.
So I'm afraid to break the news to everybody.
No.
That's what you're actually hearing is somebody with good phrasing and good command of the instrument and a knowledge of how to use it. So the best explanation I can give is it's like a racing car driver in a racing car, you know. So yes, the racing car driver needs the best car that he can have to perform to his maximum potential, but he would still drive a family car faster than we would around the racetrack.
Yeah.
And if we got in the racing car without any prior experience, it would be too powerful for us to be able to handle, you know? So it's really the same thing. There's no separation between man and machine, you know, they have to work together.
Yeah.
So having said that, the stuff I choose, I want it to be of a certain quality so that it doesn't prevent me from doing what I want to do. So I'm looking for a maximum range in terms of what I can bring out of the instrument, you know. Yeah. And so for me, the Two Rock, I've been with them 12 years. Two Rock amps.
Yeah.
And they do that the best for me, and especially the newest stuff. I mean, they've always got better and better and better over the years, but since my friend Eli took over the company, and we've been friends for years anyway, you know, so it's kind of cool that, you know, it's almost as if I'd bought it myself. He's doing all the stuff that I would have done if it was my company, so it's like, so we've been friends long before anybody realized he was going to be Two Rock, and then Max Skinner, who is one of the reasons that I stayed with Two Rock all the years through all their different ups and downs, because so they're two great friends of mine, and so the whole thing's really nice, you know. So in some ways, gear and stuff for me is more about relationships with people as well. I'm not a gear fiddler. I'm really happy with my SVL guitars. Simon, I've known for coming up to 30 years actually. I used to buy my strings off him in the guitar shop where he worked when I was 13 years old, when I first started playing. So we've worked together on what I need out of a guitar, and he's, you know, shown me about how things can be better, and you know, and now with Two Rock, and you know, everybody's friends. And then I'm down to just one pedal on the floor now. Because I don't want it to be about the gear, I want it to be about music, even more than guitar. I want it to be about music. So I've just got this Mad Professor, it's a prototype pedal that we're going to change the name of, but it's basically like their Royal Blue Overdrive and their modified version of their cymbal pedal in one box. So I've got like a boost and a drive I can hit between the pedal. And I leave the boost on a lot of the time, and I just use the volume.
You push me to the side.
And a little bit of the delay reverb on the amp.
Yeah.
And a tuner.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So, but that's just my own, like, I just find myself going on that path lately of just trying to get back to fingers on a guitar, you know, and not searching outside of myself for any sound. So it's like I want to be the one responsible. So everything is chosen because it represents that the most. I'm trying to play with my fingers more as well. I've been sat at home not using a pick at all because a lot of guys I love, they didn't have a pick, and that's like the last effect almost.
Yeah.
If you take that away, you really are just down. So I'll see, maybe one day I'll be brave enough to get rid of it altogether like Jeff Beck.
Yeah. It's a cool way to play.
It is, yeah. But I'm not there yet, you know, but maybe that's where I'm sort of looking. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, man.
Cool explanation. And can you share a bit of your future projects, tour, album maybe?
Yeah, well, we've got an album with this band actually. This with Johnny and Evan here is 15 years ago this year we released what ended up being my first solo release, which was the Trio live record that we just recorded a gig with like a few microphones, and and then that became my first record. We didn't even know we were making a record at the time. We didn't even know any songs. I was just saying shuffle and C, and we, like, you know. But people still like that record, and so that got my whole solo career going. That was 15 years ago this year, and it was 15 years ago last year since we recorded it. So we went into the studio and basically did the same thing, just set up live, all in a room, and played again. I had some ideas for some new songs, and we ran through them and played them until we liked them, you know. So I've got some finishing, I've got to mix it and stuff still, just because I've been flying around the place so much, out away from home, you know. So when I get back, finally in March, we'll mix that up and get it out as soon as I've finished doing that, you know. So it's like a 15th, excuse me, I've also had a bit of a cold this week from all the traveling. Yeah, it's 15 years later, we're older and fatter, and, well, I am anyway.
Your last record is in 2014.
Yeah, that was, I mean, the music industry.
You have to
Yeah.
something.
Well, yeah, I mean, I won't go too much into it, but there's been a lot of things to figure out in between, and so it's partly the music industry, which, well, there isn't one anymore for someone like me. There isn't, you know. It's like, you know, so we had to clean up some stuff from existing situations, and then also just I didn't feel like I had anything to say. You know, I mean, I always have something to say on the instrument, but I'm not into just making a record just because I have to make a record.
Yeah.
So, and that's one of the reasons that I went back to Johnny and Evan with the trio, because when I did that first record 15 years ago, I wasn't trying to make a record. It just came out, and that's, you know, that's the way I have to be, you know, and so, you know, it's art. I don't want to like have to like formulate it, if you know what I mean. So I have to wait till I know what it is that I want to give to the world on a new record. So, so between that and the mess that is the music industry, and trying to make a living as well, you know, like most of us, I can certainly speak for several of my peers, you know, aren't getting rich doing this these days. You know, you're driving around, so you have to make choices that also, you know, will pay your bills. You know, we don't have record labels that give us support and retainers and advances. You know, you don't get that anymore.
No.
I have to do shows to pay my bills, you know, and support myself.
It's a cool way to pay the bills.
It is, but also it's not consistent. So I still don't know how things are going to be in 3 months or 6 months. You know, you're reliant upon the work coming in a steady way. So actually, one of the things that put back the album a little bit is I just did the TrueFire course, the instructional course on TrueFire, and that's been great because they're super professional to work with.
Yeah.
That allows, you know, another kind of.
I bought it.
Oh well, thank you. Yeah. It's so, you know, I put a lot of work into that, and we decided it'd be better to release that first before the album, because they have like 500,000 people on their mailing list. So for me, it's a really great opportunity to reach more people, and I know the people who already know about me. I kind of almost designed the course with the questions I get asked in mind, you know, so I could give what people are always asking me about when I do clinics and master classes and things.
Yeah.
It's all based upon several years of doing lots of that. So it's all, you know, timing. So it feels like it's good to get that out, and then the new album will follow in a few months when I'm had a chance. So
good news.
Yeah, man. It's just kind of we're a small enterprise these days. You know? So I'm managing to get over there. It's just us, you know. So
I know.
That's the world of blues guitar these days.
Yeah, but it's cool.
Hey, I don't
really
mean I ever sound negative about any of it. You know, I mean, there is no music industry and stuff, but I just love to play it. So, So I'm happy to go. I went to, I think, 14 different countries last year, so got good air miles at the moment. So.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
You discover the world.
Yeah, eat some good food. You know. Yeah, we did all kinds of things. So go to Japan every year now. We went to Australia for one gig.
One.
Exactly. That's
Just
insane.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we got invited, you know. So I'd never been. All right, we'll come.
You have to.
Yeah.
So, thank you so much.
Thank you.
The last question would be about True Fire and blue speaking, but
Oh, okay. Yeah.
yeah, no problem.
Yeah, man.
So it's time to play.
Yeah. Very soon. I'm ready to go. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Got a little room tonight. Last night we had like big hall, a big theatre in.
I saw
in Lodi, and it was a beautiful room, and so now I gotta fit this big giant loud 2-rock into a little room downstairs. But that'll be that's part of the challenge, right? So,
Yeah. It is.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Cheers. Thanks for having me.
Grazie mille, thank you.